How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Dazza's Koi Pond. We've come down to see Daz this morning, but first of all, before I go any further, I'd just like to say a massive big thank you to Seska for the early morning wake up call. Made sure I wasn't going to be late today. I hope everything goes well with the pond build this weekend, love, and you get a bit of break in the weather. As you can see, there behind me, Dazza's Koi Pond. We've come down Dazza's Koi Farm to have a look around and give him a bit of an hand and crack on with a bit of work for him. So, without further ado, guys, we'll get into it and I'll show you what's going on. See you in a bit. Look at this, guys. I wish I'd got this amount of land and this space. Got plenty of projects ongoing down here this season. Lots to do. Got a bit of wind damage and to the fencing. We've just took one down by the pond that we're just topping up a bit. We've got a filter system here that we need to get up and rigged up on. Oh, there you go, guys. Bit of a sneaky one. This one's almost ready to go. Got to get the corner shuttering in. Once that's done, liner's going in. Obviously, when all this has dried out. But this one is the one that we're going to be moving some fishing today. We're going to get all this pond scum off the top, which has all come off of all these trees. All little bits and bats of pollen, plant matter, but we're going to get it all netted off. We've just topped it up a little bit more with some of the fish from inside the ponytail, which we're just going to go through. Now Daz is going to pick out the best that he wants to keep for spawn. As you can hear, the guys are all in there. Once he's picked out what he's... Check this out. Colin's push bike. Very nice. Oh, funny, I can't wait to overtake him on the way home. But yeah, they're in here, they're getting a few bits sorted out. We're getting some bit of grading done. Once Daz has picked out what he wants, we're going to get the filter system set up on this pond, and then we're going to be acclimating those fish from in here into this one. So we'll get back to you in a bit.
Hi guys, Saturday morning. Blanket answer gone in. Goodbye fish for a couple of days. Hopefully goodbye blanket weed. Morning guys. Just a quick tip how to make a spawning brush. Got some old offcuts of plastic grass. The longer stuff is the better. Allows the eggs to get in better. What we need is a strip about a metre or so long. Roll it up. I've got some of this super soft bendy wire. Inside the roll. Instant spawn brush. Just hang that over the sides, ideally about 6 inches below the surface of the water. The fish can run alongside, lay all their eggs on it. Right guys, as you can see, the water It's crystal clear in the tanks down the garden now. This was like pea soup a few days ago. And the water fleas have got mad. I don't know if I can zoom in on any of them. Normally if you look against the light bits you can just see them moving over the bottom. But trust me, there are thousands in there. So that is looking perfect for the fry. We're doing a bit of potting today. Water lilies. Right. I've got all the essentials, I think. Got the special perforated basket. This is just the old landscape membrane I've got lying around. I line the basket with, otherwise it'll muddy up your pond. One water lily root. It's got flower buds on already, got 3 flower buds on. There's a planting mixture. Ideally it wants to be clay. Clay is inert mostly, there's very little goodness in it. If you've got high nitrates like nitrogen in it, like in normal garden soil, where that's not what you want. That would cause a massive algal bloom. Whereas the clay, it's very poor. It's an ideal media for the roots to get an anchor in, but doesn't put anything back into the water. Because at the end of the day, you want your lilies to be taking the nitrates out of the water. You don't want any nitrates going back in, or nitrogen. Lovely April day. Looks like it's going to tip it down in a minute. Well, soon be April, end of March. The clay's packed in around the roots. Enough. Fold the line back in. And what I do, a little circle of plastic grass. Slot into it. Like a keyhole. And then you can see there's little slots on the top of these baskets. You can get a string or wire through to anchor the grass down. And I'm using this because it's really soft foam. all the way around. The job's a good one. Kikasui in the koi house, all doing well. Coming on nicely, some nice fish amongst these. Need to get a bit of growth on them this year, but they're getting there. They're a good 4 inches, some of the biggest ones. Maybe a bit bigger than that even. Won't be long now until they are in there. Well, actually, in there we'll finish that one. The top pond will be the pond for the smaller fish, and this lower one will be for the bigger tosai. Right, onwards and upwards. Okay, Dizzy, this one's for you. Let's see if we can spot Soragoi in amongst this lot, Ginrin. There's one. There might be an achiever. Wow, that didn't last long. Right, I'll net a few out for you. Let you have a look. Back in a minute. Okay, Dizzy. Just 2 random dips out the main pool, and I've pulled out 3 Ginrin Soragoi. That one's got a lot of Ginrin on it. That's quite a nice one as well. He's a little bit plainer. Yeah, he's not a bad looking fish. Or, see if this takes your fancy. Aragoki Soragoi. That's nice. That's a lovely little fish. At least I think it's an Aragoki Soragoi. I think it's Ginrin as well. It certainly looks shiny. And while we're at it, so if I do this for you, where's the Aragoki Chag? Now, I think he's got some blue scales and gold scales on him. I've got a few like this that have got multicoloured scalation. Get out of the way, Soragoi. Oh, damn it, stop moving, fish. Or there's a few plain Soragoi as well. All from 2 scoops. So if that's from 2 scoops, there's a hell of a lot more still in there that I haven't even touched. Probably a few bigger ones. But I'll probably have to drain the pool to catch them out. Yeah, just thought I'd tease you with these. See you later. Right, guys, a little look at some of the blue koi we've got going. It's almost completely doits, that one. Another blue fish. This one at the side of it, that's sort of like a achiever. And this little fella is an achiever as well, I reckon. It's like a fully almost fully scaled out Aragoki bluefish. Another slightly different pattern. Yes, I should make some interesting breeding later on when you're a bit bigger. Back crossing with something different. Maybe some of the fish got an element of bluing, like Shisui. Let's see where it goes. Now, these are the rest of the fish after this batch. All from the same spawning. Some quite unusual looking ones. Some are quite obviously Ogon crossed with the wild carp, which normally produces ghost carp. This is what this little fella looks like, but some of these have got ginner in. And there's one, so if you can see him there, got orange stripes from his dorsal down one side. So I'm not sure what that is going to turn into. Ghost carp don't normally have stripes, as far as I'm aware. So it's going to be interesting to keep growing these out and see where they go to. Be interesting to cross this back with an Ogon as well, some of these. Because they've got a lovely metallic lustre. Begin ring on that little fella. Quite a few got ginner in on them. And the original wild carp had this Aragoki, like this one, Aragoki fully scaled mirror pattern. It just carried through to some of the offspring, but not all of them. Some of them are just completely normal scale, like a common carp. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to doing another spawn this year with different males and seeing what else we can turn out as future breeding stock. Create quite a strong gene pool, hopefully, then, of fish we can use for future spawning. Right, I better get back to filling this pool back up. Catch you later. Morning, everybody. Back at the Dazza koi farm, and rained off today. Supposed to be doing some outside electric work for a customer, wiring in hot tub for a patio we've done. So thought I might as well come back here and make a bit of progress. I'll just start digging out for the phase 2. I've got my string lines in here because this is the bit I'm going to be digging out. So if you set your string lines like this out of the way, your peg isn't falling in as soon as you start digging out what your post's going to be. So that's all mapped out. I've got a bit more digging to do, and we'll get the post in and hopefully all the gravel boards today. Make the best of a bad day. Right, I better crack on and get warmed up. Right, first hole dug. Actually, I was trying to show you with the tape measure. Good 2 foot down. You've got to have a minimum of 2 foot buried in the ground to support the water pressure. I mean, this is not so bad because the bottom sort of gravel board is more or less completely buried and concreted in all the way around anyway, so that's going nowhere. But if you're to go taller, definitely 2 foot, maybe even 3 foot in the ground. And I've got 8 foot posts, so I've got plenty of posts. This part here has been leveled first from the gravel board line all the way through, so I'll just have to drop the gravel board in, drop my post in, gravel board into the post, make sure it's level again, start building it up, get my 3 gravel boards in there, move on to the next bay, and the next bay, and the next bay, and so on. So, enough waffle, I better get back to digging. Right, let's level these through, they're spot on. Got the other corner one leveled through, so we've got all 4 corners leveling through nicely. The beauty of this is now we can measure from bottom of the hole to the underside of the wood. I've put the 8 foot post down to a bit more manageable, 1.5 metres. Get that in, get the other 2 posts in there, other post in there, start getting the gravel boards in, job's a good one. What a horrible muddy day though. Perhaps not the best choice of things to do today, sliding around in clay, but hey ho, gotta get it done sometime.
There we go, we got Daz doing the netting and the chasing. Cole.
Hi guys.
Making corner there as well. Right. So we're going to be going through all these, and Daz is going to be picking his favourites that he wants to keep and grow on.
Future-proof stock.
Yeah, there we go.
And the rest are going out in the big pond to grow a bit bigger.
Grow them on a little bit more. And we've got Vicky from Bubbles and Pins as well to come to give us an hand. So, when we've got a little bit more to show you, we'll pick camera back up and we'll catch up with you in a bit. Right guys, we've cleared out this, which is then going to get a clean out. These are ones Daz has already got prepped, ready for spawning. He's got some fancy goldfish that are remaining in that one. What we've done then is taken out all the ones that Daz wants to keep and grow on, which is quite a fair few in there now. That's going to get a clean out. That one's already been set up for a spawn, ready to go. With actually 3 in there ready for a spawn, just for a little bit of a play around and see what they produce. And a couple of the odd little ones that Daz has still got growing on, which at some point we're going to be going through them, and then they're going to be going out here. Sorry, bear with me 1 second. They're going to be going out with us.
So,
and what we're going to do now is going to just pop to Japanese water garden to get a reducer boot for this. Daz is going to whiz back over home, see if his line has come. If it is, we're going to dig a little bit of a hole in the middle of there, scrape all this off, get it level, and then a good covering of some soft fine soil over the top. And then we're going to put the corner posts in on all 4. The insulation, post iron insulation on, and hopefully get the liner in. This one's been topped up a little bit more again. As I said, we're going to net all this off, and then we're going to get the filter system that I just showed you over there, on there in that corner. And then another filter which is on a pond, which you guys have all seen before, which is already set up and geared up. It just literally needs disconnecting from the pond that it's on this one. Just there, it's all good to go. And then that one's going to come and hopefully get placed on this one. So that's what we're doing, that's what we got up to. And I will take you down and show you some of the ponds that Daz has done down there. We've also got a bit of footage that Daz recorded, which I will edit into the video as I normally do, and then you'll get to see a little bit of some of the fish that Daz has banged in some of his inspection tanks. And we're going to do a little bit of a pond build and see if we can get that finished off. So, well, we'll get back to you later on once we get back from Japanese water garden, after we've picked up a boot for this. Catch you in a bit.
Monster looks small, don't she?
Dazza's just banged a bit of footage. She does make Monster look small, doesn't she?
She does.
And it makes the mirror cat look like a babby. Dazza's just banged a bit of food on for the big uns.
Wow.
As nice as that Karashi guy.
Beautiful, isn't it?
See if we can get a bit of a close up.
The tank is full of it, isn't she?
Yeah, I've already tried I had her in the tunnel this week for 3 days, but she's back in.
Yeah, she definitely makes everything in there look small, does. Look at the size of a chuffing tail, man.
I know, she's still got some growing to do. Side of the tail.
Nice fish, mate. Very nice fish. Yeah.
That was the seafood, wasn't it?
Yeah, very nice.
Mix playing superheroes. Sorry, mate. I had to get that on. Monster looks like she's lost a little bit of a few shims that she had, doesn't she? She looks cleaner.
Who?
Monster looks. She looks cleaner.
The monster?
Yeah.
Yeah. She looks a lot cleaner. She does look a lot cleaner. She's got that one big on that one side at the back.
She's got one, but that's yeah. Oh yeah, one there up further back on body as well.
But she did have a few further up
She
this
did,
side
didn't
as
she?
well.
Yeah. They've gone.
Yeah.
Well, that one on her head's a load smaller than what it was. Ah. Yeah, so they have. You just rubbed him off. You can have that.
That what's it called though? That crasher boy is looking nice, isn't she?
It is, mate, yeah. Now, what's that toe side now? Just coming up to knee side, isn't it?
This side, yeah.
This one.
The chag's the same age as that one down there, male.
Now you can. Now you can see, Daz, why you got so many arigoki.
Yeah.
Because that mirror carp, she's full big scale, didn't she?
Yeah, she is.
I'd never seen her.
No,
She's full of eggs as well.
You can actually see it.
She's full of eggs as well, though, isn't she?
Yeah, oh yeah, she's massive.
You know something? Monster, I'll tell you that, Monster, you won't get her out of Monster, I don't think, this year.
She's not looking...
Not looking big at all.
Not looking plump, is she? Not like she was last year,
Not
no.
like last year.
There's still time yet, though.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I say, get some feet,
Right,
feet
guys,
on her.
we'll get back to you in a bit. Here we go, we've got Daz. Daz is grafting.
Different kind of grading today.
Different, definitely is, mate. What do you reckon then? Do you reckon we could dig a little something? Well,
Yeah, dig
just so you,
a hole in the middle.
you're going to spade though, mate. You need. You got one in van?
Yeah, I've got plenty of
If
space.
you have, I'll bob it. Is it unlocked or is it locked?
I think it's locked.
Right, bear with us 2 minutes, guys. We're going to go grab a spade so that we can get a little bit of an hole in there and get it sumped out. Even as of yet, hang about. As of yet, unfortunately, the line has not turned up. It's supposed to arrive today. Hopefully, it might be here in the next couple of hours, but we don't know if we're going to be able to get it done and finished. But well, at least we can get it prepped and ready. Do as much as we can beforehand. So we'll get back to you in a bit when we've made a little bit more process. Grab the correct shovel, just so we can drop a little hole in for a sump. So at least Daz, if his liner don't come today, then at least he can get it pumped out with all the rain that we've been having. It's holding water a bit and it's a bit clay based. We went to Japanese Water Garden and as you can see down there, we picked up a new boot. So that's sorted. Filter's all been cleaned out, ready to go. And what we have done, I'll spin the camera around and let you see.
I don't like standing around there.
One spade there does. Very small, but you know,
Just my size.
Get a little bit of a sump hole out. What I have done is I've netted all this up, give it a good clean back. There's a little bit of minor, smaller, finer stuff on the surface. Not too much. Just a little bit of algae that's come up off at the bottom as it's been settling. Sat there settling in the sun. And Daz has put this filter on, and as you can see, there are a number of fish in there now that Daz has put out here to grow on, just to see how they do. I don't know, there's a good couple of hundred in there, Daz, wasn't there?
It is, yeah.
The filter's up and running,
It should clear in a couple of days.
and hopefully the pond will clear up in a day or two, and we should have something for you to all see on the next visit. There's plenty of natural food in there as well, because Daz has been dropping a little bit in and spreading them around, as I showed you earlier on the... That's what I'm saying, as I showed you earlier on. I don't even know if I've taken you down there. Let's go down and have a quick look. This one now is empty, where he's going to be able to bring some more fry out. Loads of natural life, pond life in there again. Filter's been knocked off for now because it doesn't need to be on. Can't remember if I showed this already earlier in the video. If I did, then I apologise, but the bit of work that he's been doing down here, it looks pretty good. So we'll have a quick nosy down, quick wander around. We were kind of geared up for doing a lot of stuff today, but unfortunately with that liner not turning up, we can't really do what we had planned, which was to get them done and ready. And then the liner, you know, get it insulated on the inside and then the liner in. But Daz says if it doesn't turn up today, it's not to worry about. But these ones are still holding water nicely. All these pots of lilies that are all in here are all starting to come up. He's made a couple of little just temporary hang-on baskets just to give them somewhere to get growing again. But there's loads of insect life in these as well. And this one, again, all up and running and set up and done. And then he's moved down and he's brought these two down, which were in the caged off area, which we'll be having fry going on these and on these. And again, green water, a bit of scum on top, but they're going to get a bit of a cycle through and a bit of a clean through, and the filter system's back on them. But this on this one, we came down and took the temperature of it today, and this one was holding 11.8. And this is a bit weird, but it went 11.8, 11.4, 10.6, and then 10.4. And I forgot to check this one, but he's also brought this one. This is the one that he relined back out. Again, it's got plenty of insect life in there. And we're going to get all this netted off when it comes to it, when he puts some fry in there, just to see how they do. Just a bit of a, you know, trial and error. But as you can see, guys, if you've seen the videos that I edited for Daz before, that he recorded for us just to show us what's been going on while he's been doing a bits and bats, he's got himself a fair few places now for growing his fry on, which is going to give him a lot more room and a lot more space, so he can break the numbers down into smaller amounts. That's the idea of it. Rhubarb's coming in well. Look, a couple of rhubarb plants there. Hopefully we'll be having some rhubarb crumble one of these days too. God, I'm so envious every time I come down here. And if this was me, what I'd be doing here is I would be splitting this straight down the middle again, and turning it into 4 mud ponds. And everything that I dug out, I'd be using as a berm all the way around to make the pond edges, line them all off, and have 4 massive mud ponds that they could grow some real good stuff on, you know, some good fish on. Leave them out there for a season and see what they do. But yeah, just thought I'd take you down there and let you have a quick look. Apologies if I've just duplicated the same bit there and showed that earlier on, I can't remember. We've had a bit of a sit down and a natter and a bit of dinner. Dazza's mum's looked after us with a chicken stew, which was very nice. And Mrs. Whitehead, as in Darren's wife, Estelle, made us some lovely buns as well, which I did have I did have 4 of, so. Filter system's done. We got these pools in there to get cleaned out and sorted out as well. But this is now up and running with a few fish in it. There's a good couple of hundred in there. So hopefully, in a couple of hours, we might see it clear up a little bit. You can see them, they're in there, they're cruising around. But yeah, looking good so far. Can't beat being down here, it's been great. Had a bit of a wander around Japanese water garden when we went. I didn't do any video in there because at the end of the day we only went for a pipe fitting, so we could pick that up for Daz while he went home to see if the pond liner had turned up. But as I said, unfortunately it's not yet, but we're going to get this one pumped out now. We're going to get this pumped out, dropping his sump pump in, get all the water out, get some in. Hopefully we can get some insulation on, and then Daz is just going to be left to do what he did on the bottom ponds down there where I've just took you, with his cappings. Put his liner on, put him over the top, put his cappings on to hold liner in place, and then it'll be the big fill up. We've got them to brace in, all four sides, insulate, pump out, get back to unit tick. Insulation's going in, corner pieces are in, Daz is doing a bit of trimming, and we've got the underlaying. So, other than the pond liner that's not coming, Daz, then no?
Not today.
Not today. So hopefully Daz can get this.
God bless Royal Mail.
Oh. And we'll leave that one in just for shits and giggles. Thank you, Your Majesty. If anybody wants to know who said that, that was Daz. This one's still running away a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit more netting off again. Just get some more of this that's come back up to top off. But we're going to crack on and do a little bit more. Carl doing what he does best. Supervisor.
Oh, that I used on the other one.
Yeah, that you was that on there, wasn't it?
I used it on there, it's actually but it was.
There we go. That's the next stage, guys. That's where we're up to. Trimmed all these off. At the bottom of these, putting these in. Need to be shuttered in. Job done then.
Yeah. Are you getting this? Yeah, this is from eBay, exactly the same.
Well, there we go, guys. We've got it underlined, underlaid, insulated all the way around. All the undercapping tops on, which holds on the gravel board and the insulation. What's left to do then is the liner in, and then it'll be capped off and over the top like this one. We've banged a net on, and as you can see just there, hopefully if I don't disturb them when I go around, we have them coming up and feeding. He says, right at that point where he points the camera at them and they all stop. But yeah, they've been in here now for about, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 hours, and they've come up and had a bit of a feed. We've got a little bit of polystyrene bits stuck on the side over there, but it's like magnetised so you can't get it off. Static. We put a netting over the top because Daz has said he's seen a heron hanging around, so the last thing we want to do is have any of them disappearing before they get a chance to do any growing. So there we go, a couple of them coming up to feed again, so they're not being disturbed by it all, not really seem all that stressed. The next one is now filters up and running, as we've said. Next one is liner in, Daz.
Yeah.
Once we've got liner in, unfortunately it didn't come today, didn't turn up, so there we go. Daz has just wanged them a little bit more on.
We'll probably turn up at 5 o'clock and get that.
Yeah. Oh, it's there, mate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not too bad, mate. Oh, you're a fair few steps ahead now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Just get your liner in,
Yeah.
get some water in, cappings on,
Got the fish in.
get the filter, which is
Filters all
just there, guys. You can just see it.
set up, ready to
Get
go.
that filter on, or whichever one that you're going to switch
Yeah,
over,
so I'm
or
gonna
whatever.
use the
Choose the
other
one
one.
in that
It's
one.
got the
On,
pump.
one that's just on
on.
the unit around there. That one's not in use until the fry go in at the next stage. You've got a fair few though now, haven't you? How many polytunnels in there have we got now?
There's 1, 2,
Sorry, pools, not polytunnels.
6 or 7 in there. Then 1, 2, 9, 11, 12, the one on the end, and then 5 is it down there? So that's 17.
Yeah,
And I've
70.
got 3 little ones in there.
Three
as
little,
well.
yeah, the 3 little ones which you can put some. Yeah, these 3 little ones which are just in there. So 17.
Yeah.
You got a lot more room for some fry this year, mate.
Yeah.
That means we can space them out. Well, same way. You can
Yeah.
space them out a lot more. But yeah, guys, you're going to get to see. There we go. In fact, Dazza should be able to do it like this way.
Yeah.
There you go. So we're going to be able to get a lot more. What we were going to do today, if we had a chance, was take Randy
Yeah.
and do a little bit of an
Yeah.
experiment with him. But we've run out of time, kind of. I suppose. Could we? We've got time for all
That
that.
time, yeah, soon let him out.
Oh, we could. Well, there might be a little bit more to come. But
Yeah.
if it isn't, then it'll be in the next video the next time we come down. But we've got a lot to go on this year, mate, haven't we? Hell of a lot. It's been a busy season so far. We've got our collie here in the background who's just sneaking out of shot, and there is Vicky is here somewhere. I don't know. She's gone hiding because I got camera out, but hopefully, fingers crossed, you're going to enjoy this year's content because we're going to enjoy doing it regardless.
Yeah.
So we'll catch up with you in a little bit if we squeeze this one in. If not, we'll have a quick wander around and a wrap up, and we'll catch up with you a bit. Alright guys, we're going to have a little wander down. Daz is going to feed his insects.
Daphnia.
Daphnia. He's going to feed the Daphnia, and we're going to have a wander down, and then we're going to be wrapping up on this one for this week. Well, these two were trying to avoid being on camera by staying behind me. Unfortunately,
No,
missed out.
I'm all up front, mate.
Well, that's it. Come on,
Yeah.
Cal.
All good.
You want to give us a quick interview? Oh shit, man, that were well.
Is that right or close?
That was a well. Sorry, mate, if that's going to make you look a bit bad, but I nearly put foam up your nose then. Have you enjoyed your day?
I have. Yes. Thank you very much for letting me come.
Oh, thanks for coming.
Thank you, Daz, for inviting us down again, mate, and for the dinner.
It's pushed me forward a bit further.
Well, you're not far off now, mate, are you? Now you get the filter system on there,
Yeah.
get the liner in, get it, well, hopefully, well, it'll be full, because we've had plenty of rain.
Yeah, that's it.
So you'll, at least you'll get a partial half fill, won't you?
Yeah.
And then liner,
Yeah.
fill up, cappings on, filter on, and that's it. You're good to go. Roll on the spawning. What we was having a look at, guys, is we were trying to see if any of the fish were ready, or if we were showing any signs of being ready for spawning, rough cheeks and all that kind of stuff. But as of yet, nobody's showing any sign
We
about.
did manage to milk some milt out of one of the chagoys, the male chagoy.
Yeah.
It was looking at under the microscope, and you can just barely see it. It's very, very tiny, but there's a lot of it.
Yeah.
So he's
Hopefully,
definitely.
when we get them a bit more in the season type of thing and they're actually kicking off, we'll try it again and see if we can get it. I'll
Yeah.
bring down my eyepiece so that we can put the mobile phone on and see if we can get a recording of it.
Yeah, that's a good that one. Yeah.
Daz is going to be feeding these a little bit. What are you feeding them, Daz?
Spirulina.
Bit of spirulina. Banging a bit of that in. They're doing well, these Daz, aren't they?
They are.
Everything's holding.
Yeah.
All prepped and ready and
Can't
good
wait
to
to
go.
get some fish in.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this dyes your hands green.
Are you feeding all these with that then?
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time I've put any in, but they've about depleted all the natural algae in this
Yeah,
one.
you could
so-
tell that this one looked a lot clearer than the others. Is this the first one that you put them into?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can turn them in.
Yeah. It's amazing how fast they reproduce, though.
Well, hopefully in these next couple of weeks it starts to warm up a little bit. It should start making it a little bit more active and lively in there with more
Yeah.
natural food sources ready for them when they come to it. When the spawns are done.
Yeah. Yeah, it won't be long before we're having mosquito larvae and everything else. Other than gnats. No dead squirrels in here, that's good. Found a squirrel face down in here this morning, didn't we? Just slipped and fell off the
Looked
fence.
like he'd had a bit of a
I think he'd been out on the lash.
along here after an every night, slipped
Culture it's there.
and weren't very good at swimming.
No. Oh, you would have thought he could have.
You'd have thought, yeah, on that corner
net,
netting, you'd have thought to get out, wouldn't you? But you never know, mate. He might have just. Oh, no,
Cussed himself.
He went to touch cables, would he? It wouldn't have been. That wouldn't have done it unless he'd have had. Would have had to earth himself, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Flying squirrel.
Well, I reckon he'd fly pretty far if he got a zap off of that, like.
He
So.
would, wouldn't he? Yeah.
Well, yeah, there we go, guys. If you look down there, guys, just underneath the camera there, you can just see a little newt. Now, obviously, Daz ain't going to need that or want that in the pond, so he's going to take it out. He'll probably put it in the big pond up top. Right, there you go. A little newt there. But we don't want to be leaving that in there when there's the young fry going in. So that's going to get removed and took up to big pond. And Daz is just going to go grab a net so they can. I'll have a good look round and see if we can spot any more, just in case. Get back to you in a bit, guys.
Yeah.
So, guys, if you're enjoying this kind of content, come on, Daz, swing round on here as well. See if we can get everybody in.
Yeah, I've asked on there because that's
If you're enjoying this kind of content, guys, do us a huge favour. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Let's see if we can get Colin in.
Yeah.
And until next time, guys, keep smiling and we'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy, all.
Bye.